calling CalmingEscape Prenatal Clinic. How can I help you? Of course. Confirming your appointment? Yes, what is your first and last name and your date of birth? Alright. Oh, here you are. Yes, I do have you scheduled in this week. Yes, it is a Monday. At 12 p.m., yes. Perfect. I do have you noted here as just a general checkup for you and baby. Did you have any additional questions or anything that you would like me to note on the appointment for your doctor to bring up? Oh, of course. No, that's perfectly normal. I'll be sure to let your doctor know that you have a few questions about diet, mostly surrounding caffeine intake, correct? Of course, I will make that note on your chart. Your doctor will be fully aware when you come in for your appointment. Alright, thank you so much for calling in, and we will see you at your appointment. Alright, thank you. Have a lovely day.
Hello. It's lovely to see you again. How are you feeling? Great. Well, you look fantastic. Perfect. So, just to get started, can you go ahead and confirm your birthday for me? How are you and baby doing? Good. Good. So, I believe this is about 18 weeks for you? Okay. Almost 19. Alright. Sounds good. So, it's up to you. We can go ahead and start to kind of look and see if we can find out the gender of baby. Or if you're not interested in knowing, I can always keep my lips sealed. Yeah, we won't be taking a look and doing a sonogram today. So it's up to you if you want to know. Okay. Wonderful. So, just in general, how are you feeling physically, emotionally? Have you come across any sort of difficulties that I should know about? Okay. Okay. Any worries coming up or? Okay. Okay. So it's always good to be well informed, and doing lots of reading is really good, but I don't want you to overdo it. I don't want you to freak yourself out or psych yourself out. Every pregnancy is completely different. So you may read a story or a case about someone's pregnancy that will have absolutely nothing to do with yours. So I want you to keep that in mind. Feel free to read, but just remember to not scare yourself, alright? Good. Right. And how is your morning sickness doing? Okay, good. And you're holding a steady appetite? Of course, alright. Alright. And is there anything else that you just wanted to let me know? You want me to check in on? Of course, so today is just a general checkup for you and baby. So we'll be, as I said, taking a peek at your stomach, alright? I'm also going to check on you, get your weight, we're going to measure your belly, I'm going to feel your belly a bit today as well. Is that alright? Good. I'm also going to just listen to your heart, see how you're doing. Well, like I said, you look fantastic, so I'm not really concerned as of yet. Okay. Mm-hmm. And as for lab tests, I believe you already did that on your way in, correct? They probably blood and urine test? Okay, perfect. We don't have to worry about that then. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first I want to get your weight. So we're just going to kind of step right to the side here. Mm-hmm. Good. Nice, healthy weight gain. Perfect. Good. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go ahead and get your blood pressure as well. So I'm just going to, let's do this arm. Is that all right? Okay, good. So I'm just going to wrap that around you here. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. All right. Good. I'm going to go ahead and listen to your heartbeats. I'm going to take your pulse as well, okay? Perfect. Just stay nice and relaxed for me, okay? And your wrist. Good. Just, you can even close your eyes. I'm just going to have a listen. Now I'm going to listen to your lungs, so some nice deep breaths for me. Yep, another. Just going to listen from the back here, okay? Another nice deep breath. And if you don't mind, I'm going to do the same on this side here. Nice deep breath. Good. Your breathing sounds nice and open. Tummy and baby isn't really big enough to really start to affect breathing or anything like that. And that's really going to depend on, how baby decides to lay in your tummy, okay? Well, that's something that we'll discuss and focus more on when you're closer to term, okay? If you don't mind, I am going to measure your belly now. Yes, just checking your progress. Yes, we definitely want you to get bigger, okay? Yes, that's definitely something we want. You don't say that much in life, but when you're pregnant, we want the belly to grow, okay? Because that means that baby is healthy, that you're healthy. Okay, so I'm just going to use this measuring tape. And I'm going to just put this around your hips and cross in the front to your tummy, okay? Good. So, Good. Okay. No, that's just fine. Mm-hmm. Now, I did see a note that you wanted to talk about caffeine intake. No, that's perfectly... Yes, you don't have to cut out caffeine completely. No, but we do recommend that you limit it to about 200 milligrams a day. So, basically that's equivalent to about an 11 or 12 ounce cup of coffee. Yes. If you're a big coffee drinker or caffeine drinker, then that might be quite the cut for you, but in the long run, it really is good for baby. Yeah, of course. What are some of the things that you usually drink? Okay. Alright, well, I do like to just, if mom has any sort of questions about caffeine, I do kind of like to go over this little list here just so that you can have a general idea. And of course, it might vary depending on what you're drinking or... Okay, so just some examples for you, alright? Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and send you home with a copy of this as well. Okay, so generic coffee, so that's going to be about 8 ounces, okay? That's going to have 95 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, depending on the location or the type of coffee, depending if it's light roast, medium roast, dark roast, those sorts of things. Right, and then specifically like a Starbucks brewed coffee, a 12 ounce is 240 milligrams, so that's a little higher. Dunkin' Donuts, a 16 ounce is 210 milligrams. A latte at Starbucks, a 12 ounce is 75 milligrams, so that goes a little bit lower for you. Because it's just the espresso and the milk, so that might be a good option for you instead of the regular brewed coffee. A generic brewed decaf is also just 2 milligrams, so if you really like the taste of coffee, you could try decaf or even half calf. Yeah, just be a little bit better for you. And then you can even go into, you know, black tea or green tea. Black tea, usually about an 8 ounce is about 47 milligrams, and green tea, let me see, double check, is about 25 milligrams, so it's going to be a little bit lower. A chai latte, 16 ounces, is like 95 milligrams. Okay. Right, and do you drink any sort of sodas? So like I have Coke, Diet Coke, Pepsi, 7-Up, Sprite on here. Do you drink any of those? Okay, so like a Coke 12 ounce would be 35 milligrams compared to a Diet Coke of the same sizes. It's funny, it's actually 47 milligrams, so yeah, the Diet has a little bit more caffeine. 7-Up and Sprite are fantastic, especially if you're feeling nauseous. Yeah, they have no caffeine whatsoever, so you can kind of get that soda taste, or if you like the bubbles, but you're not going to have to worry about counting how much caffeine you've had. Yeah. And do you do anything like Red Bull or 5-Hour Energies? Sometimes a Red Bull. Okay, so like standard is about 8 ounces, I believe, and that's about 77 milligrams of caffeine. Okay. And then you can also think about things that you eat, like chocolate also has caffeine. Do you prefer dark or milk chocolate? Okay, well, like, let's say 10 ounces of dark chocolate, that usually has about 23 milligrams of caffeine, and milk chocolates is about, let's see, 9 milligrams. So it's just something to keep in mind. I don't want you to go crazy like with your diet or anything, but say that you have, a cup of coffee in the morning and then maybe a chai tea latte in the afternoon and some chocolate in the evening. It's just a lot of caffeine. And it can really start to interrupt your sleep patterns, especially when we're a growing baby here. And yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna send you this whole list here. Alright, so our main concern with how much caffeine you're consuming is that when you ingest the caffeine, it's gonna cross through the placenta and into the amniotic fluid. Okay, and that's going to go into baby's bloodstream. So your adult body starts to process and get rid of the caffeine. While baby is still growing, body is still changing, and it takes much, much longer for baby to metabolize that caffeine. So the caffeine can already be out of your system, but could still be with baby. So essentially, baby's going to have a longer exposure to caffeine. Okay? Of course. And it doesn't sound like you're taking in an extreme amount of caffeine. You just have that question, so I thought that I would send you home with some of these details. I mean, if you're having like 7 cups of coffee a day, I would definitely cut that back. But if you're just having like a cup of coffee in the morning, yeah, or some tea, and green tea is usually a little bit better. But you can definitely do a cup of coffee in the morning and a tea at night, especially if you go for some of the caffeine-free teas. You can definitely do both, okay? Okay, perfect. And then I believe last time we talked about some of the specific foods and things that you should be avoiding, right? Okay, good. You're not like eating any raw sushi or anything? Good. Good, just checking. Just checking. Alright. So now I'm gonna go ahead and feel your belly, if that's alright. Okay. I just kind of want to feel how everything's going. I can kind of feel for position, but that's still pretty early on, and nothing is guaranteed until we look at the sonogram, okay? So I just want you to rest back, relax. You can even close your eyes. My hands are nice and warm for you, so I promise they won't be too cold or anything. Okay, so I'm just going to pull your shirt up a little bit up your tummy, okay? Good. And I'm just going to press just lightly. Nothing should be uncomfortable. Just feel my palms against your stomach. Good. Good. No, everything feels just fine. Okay. I'm just going to press in a little bit deeper. Nothing should be uncomfortable. Alright. Good. Good. Everything feels just fine. We're going to go ahead and have a look at baby now. So I'm going to pop these gloves on real quick. I'm just going to keep your shirt pulled up your stomach so that we can rub some gel along your tummy. I'm going to do that ultrasound now. Alright, so I'm going to just squirt out some of this gel onto your stomach. I'll try and warm it a little bit in my hands so that you're not uncomfortable. Okay. place that along your stomach and on the ultrasound wand here. Good. Doesn't feel too cold, does it? Good. Alright, let's go ahead and have a look at the screen. Keep it a secret. The gender? Okay. My lips are sealed. Nope, everything looks just fine. Just looking around just a little bit. Yes, this is just going to be one of the standard ultrasounds. If you are interested, we can schedule you for a 3D ultrasound, which are pretty cool. You can really see kind of what baby looks like. Yeah. I've seen some where baby really looks like mom and dad. Just from the 3D scan. And pictures, of course. Of course. Alright. So, everything looks perfectly healthy. You look healthy. You sound healthy. Everything seems to be going well. Baby also looks, feels, sounds perfectly healthy. It's progressing just fine. So I believe that we already have your next appointment scheduled. We do. Okay. So do you have any other questions for me? I'm going to go ahead and print out that caffeine list for you. And just a summary of today's appointments. Yep. And you can pick that up at the front desk along with that little sonogram picture for you. Okay? It was lovely to see you. You are absolutely glowing and you look fantastic. I will see you at your next appointment. Bye now.